Brews and Banter Podcast. Banter Podcast. Brews and Banter Podcast. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Brews and Banter Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas?
I was reading this weekend.
Mama.
Nah, it doesn't taste like dirt.
My name is Lou Belgians, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm wondering,
Does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Ooh, we love you, Brews and Banter Podcast.
round of applause, clap, 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 clap.
What's going on?
I assume that there's claps.
Yeah, I know, right? For real.
There's claps. If you listen back, you'll hear music, claps,
Okay, all right.
all that stuff.
That's good.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. That's interesting. But I want to thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Before we get into everything, we always like to know what everybody is drinking on. So, what are we drinking today? And we always start with our guests. So, Rob, what are you drinking today?
Man, I am drinking on a unfiltered, unpasteurized Pilsner Urquell. So it's straight from the source, Pilsner Urquell in Pilsen, Czech Republic. I went there and got it. Like, you can't even see a label on it. But this is the original Pilsner beer. So, but there you can get it unfiltered, unpasteurized. So it's real good.
Okay,
So is that a difference, a big difference when it's unfiltered, unpasteurized?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Like the filtering and the pasteurizing, especially the filtering, is going to take out some of the flavor. It's going to take out some of the aroma, just from the nature of filtering. And then pasteurizing, the same. It's kind of taking some of those hop notes out. But when you get it unfiltered, unpasteurized, it's probably like the best tank beer you can have.
So you drinking the milk straight from the teat?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, especially when you hear those words, you think milk for sure.
Yeah,
For real. Yeah, exactly. I know pasteurization and all that.
Yeah. That's what made me think of it.
That's good.
But so so that kind of beer, is there like a ABV on it?
Yeah, I mean it's still a Pilsner, so it's around 5%.
5, yeah.
It's still a straight Pilsner, maybe 4.7 to 5, depending on what they decide to brew that day. But this is the only beer you can get there because they don't sell it anywhere, and they actually brew it and put it in their cellars, like underneath the building. So they still brew it like the old school style, and cellar it old school way, and so that's why you can only buy it there. They don't package it or put it out for the public. So.
Now that's your first time being there and having that?
No, this is my second time. This is actually one of the first beers that got me started into beer. I came to Germany, some years ago, and went to Pilsen, and I had this beer, and it was like my aha moment, because I was like, "What in the world is that, man? Like, it's crazy." I had never had beer like that, and so I was like, man, I gotta figure out how to make this or something, because I knew I couldn't get it anywhere else other than there. So this was kind of like a mega trip.
So you just be going to Germany all the time?
Yeah, I know.
You just be going to Germany all the time.
No, I wish.
That ain't something people just say.
Wish.
Yeah, you know, this ain't my
bro.
first time.
I wish.
But
But this is like my mecca.
Okay, all right. Well, before we get way into that, what are you drinking on?
So I decided to grab from Big Oyster Brewery out in I don't know where this one. I guess it doesn't matter. They got a few spots, right?
Yeah, they have. But
they're
3 locations or 2 locations.
In Lewis. I think it's 2 locations. One's in Lewis, Delaware, and one's in. Can't remember right on the top of my head. I don't know. Sorry, Big Oyster, but y'all know where y'all at. But I got this is called Bite Me. So this is a cucumber watermelon goza. Okay. And this is what the can look like.
Nice.
I figured since it was hot outside, I grabbed something with some watermelon in it, because that's refreshing and good for hydration. And this is what it looks like in the glass.
All right. Milford
Right
is the
here.
other location.
Milford is the other location. Stupid. Why didn't I? Well, I knew that. Milford, Delaware is the other location. But this Goza is like it's great to me. It's a little salty, but you taste the watermelon in there.
Hmm.
It's like a nice kickback, relax on a day like today because it's humid as I don't know what outside. And this is only 4.5 alcohol by volume. So you could probably take back a couple of these, maybe if you don't got nothing to do. Maybe 2 or 3. I
All
mean, you
right.
can. But I would always pass me another of these, man. These are great.
All right.
That thing gonna be going. Oh yeah, what you got, Rob?
I just
Huh?
got because I'm fighting through I already told him a cold or something or a bug of some sort. I'm drinking water out of my black owned supplement water bottle. There it is. That's a black owned water bottle company
Oh, nice.
supplement.
That's the name of the company supplement?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So I don't know if you can't really see it, but there it is.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, actually, probably been better do it that way, but never
So
mind.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't know camera. You don't know camera stuff like that. It's all right.
Yeah, well, I do, but that's why I said it didn't work because it's mirrored, so it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
Damn, just water, huh?
yeah, just
Well, if you
water.
could have had a beer today, what would it be?
It would have probably been a lager of some sort,
Mm,
just because
got you.
it's light, refreshing, it's hot outside, really hot, so something like that.
Yeah,
Just
see,
something-
that's why I went for this
yeah.
because it's really hot outside and this is cold and it's refreshing.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like
always good.
you can't go wrong with cucumbers and watermelon.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could go wrong, but
You don't wait. Do you like
I
watermelon?
love it, man. That's my favorite fruit.
Okay.
Hands down. But
I just started eating
watermelon's
watermelon.
hard to put in the beer because it doesn't translate well unless you do it right. So.
But I just started eating watermelon this year.
What you mean? You just started eating watermelon? You didn't eat
Yeah,
watermelon growing up?
Nah, I had it growing up, but I didn't like it.
Oh, dang.
And so, like as an adult, though, like I don't know, like, and then it's crazy because I still didn't like it as an adult. So I had it like last year, and I was like, nah, I still can't fuck with it. And then like earlier this year, my wife was like, yo, put some lemon juice on it.
Okay.
So I put lemon juice on it, and I was like, yo, this changed the game right here. I can fuck with the
Really?
watermelon.
Really, that
Like,
changed the game. Yeah, interesting. So
Man, I
you
put water.
you might like salt on yours then.
Yeah, you might always salt on your
I
watermelon.
still, I don't know. I still can't come to grips with putting salt on it
That's
because I
kind of
don't
like the
like
same
salt
thing with the.
on a lot of shit. So I like salt. Just don't. I don't know, man.
Well, I only say that because like they say like lemon is a salt alternative, so it's like it's probably.
Nah, lemon's a lemon.
Yeah, but it is a salt alternative. You don't want to use
Lemon's
salt.
a lime alternative.
People squeeze the lime and lemons on their food instead of salt a lot of times. That's why they think. That's why I say it probably would work. But
oh, I never knew that's why people did that. I didn't know that the lemon was like.
It's the acidity.
Yeah.
Gives it all right.
Man, you learn something new every day.
Every day.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on podcast. Everybody seems to be drinking on something. Actually, I had a question.
Yeah.
Is in Germany, I guess, and in the town of Pilsner, are beers served cold or are they like room temperature?
Oh no, they're super cold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're cold here.
There are some places that serve. Is that England?
England serves it room or is cellar temperature is what they serve it as. But yeah, and to us it'll feel warm, but it's actually cool. But it's not cold. But in Germany everything's cold. Yeah, they serve it at the right temperature. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The right temperature.
He's just gonna shit on England. Like,
No, they do it their way because it's for the beer styles, but
yeah, but you just made it seem like they was wrong with it.
I did make it
Um,
seem like that.
uh,
Say, yeah, they super cool. They serve it right.
Yeah, exactly. That's
all
good.
right. Everybody is drinking on something good, so we're excited to know all about who you are, Rob, how
Yeah.
you got into brewing. I know you gave us a little bit of the story with being in Germany for your 17th time. No, I'm just joking.
Nah, I wish.
You know, you fly in, fly out all
Right.
the time.
But how you got interested in being in craft beer? What made you actually lead into actually wanting to create beer on your own, and
Yeah.
then actually starting our own company, and why you're in Germany today? So, like I always say, the proverbial floor is yours. So once again, we want to welcome Robert from Tap 33 to the podcast, and
Yeah, man.
let us.
I appreciate being here. I mean, like I said, my journey started um, years ago when I came to Europe for the first time, and I always joke with people that like beer in Germany is cheaper than water. So like you could buy a bottle of beer cheaper than you could buy a bottle of water, and so
Hmm.
that threw me off like
Yeah,
when I
you
first
say
got
that's
here.
a joke, but is that true?
It's true. Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Oh
Yes,
shit!
yeah. I actually went to the store to get some water, and then I like was at the fridge and I see beer next to it. And I was like looking at the prices. I was like, man, that's cheaper than the water. And so I like grab all these beers and I like, take them to the counter. I was like, oh, I think the price thing is wrong. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, this beer is saying this price and the water is saying this price and the water is higher than the beer. And she was like, nah, in Germany, beer is cheaper than water. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And so I fell in love with beer then just because it was
Crazy.
economical for my pockets. So and then I got back to the States because I was in the military, and I got back to the States, and I got bit by the bug of just wanting to learn how to create it, and I started home brewing. Um, I bought a Mr. Beer kit, and it was crap. It broke the first time I tried to make a beer. I was like, man, this can't be the way beer is made, like in this little plastic
Yo,
football.
is
Like,
Mr. Beer the first home brew kit that was
Kind of.
ever in? Because
Well,
everybody has,
I think it's like the easiest. It's,
it
it's marketed as the
says it's
easiest thing to do.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was like one of the easiest ones, it's cheap ones, and then I didn't even make it all the way to the beer. Like it didn't even ferment, and so
Hmm.
it broke on the kitchen counter. I had like half fermented wort all over the kitchen. I was like, man, this is crap. Like this ain't how you're
Oh man.
supposed to do it. I know this ain't how it's supposed to be done. And so at the time, I was reading a book on like advanced homebrewing, and I went out and got like a all grain kit, 10-gallon system with my buddy, and I just went head first and trying to figure out how to make this beer. And of course, the first couple batches, I didn't know what I was doing. Like it turned out like crap. I was like, man, I don't know. But finally, I made a good one. And my buddy that I was making it with, he was like, yo, you got something here. And then I just wanted to learn and perfect the craft, man. And then, shoot, like Augusta at that time didn't have a brewery at all. And so I
Mm.
realized from a like entrepreneurial standpoint, I was like, man, there's an opportunity here. I could probably like launch a brewery and be pretty good because I'll be the first mover. But of course, it's hard to get something open like that. So there's two breweries
Yeah.
that opened up in that time, um, and I ended up working for one of them, which is where I work now as an assistant brewer. And then I ended up getting a scholarship from the Michael Jackson Foundation with Garrett Oliver to
Yeah.
go out. I know, shout out to him and that whole organization
Yeah.
for sure. And that scholarship allowed me to go to a brewing school, and I chose the World Brewing Academy with Siebel and Doemens. And so I did 6 weeks in Chicago, and now I'm doing 14 weeks out here in Germany. And so I'll graduate, get my Master Brewer's diploma, and I'll be considered a master brewer in the world. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
Wait, so you said you out there for how long?
14 weeks.
14 weeks in
Yeah,
Germany.
yeah, yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah. It's been a great time. And then we did a 2-week tour around Europe, beer tour. So we went to Belgium and the Netherlands, Luxembourg. Um, where else we go? Belgium, and then all parts of Germany, like all around Germany. And I mean, it's been crazy, man. I can't even explain it. Like just seeing like
Yeah,
the
man.
industry.
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't know they. Wait, so with that Michael Jackson scholarship, they do that all the time, or
Every year, yeah,
like?
at least once a
Oh,
year they open it up, and it might be twice a year now, but I think it's at least I know it's at least once a year. They open it up, you apply. I applied once, I didn't get accepted, and then I applied again, and did the interview again, and got picked up for it, and now here I am. So it's been
nice.
it's been epic,
Yeah,
man.
because I think it just closed. I think it closed maybe earlier last
This
month,
is
maybe.
no, like it's past week, or I think like last week they closed the
Okay.
Oh,
registration.
okay.
So I'm sure they're doing interviews and looking through the applications right now, and in a couple weeks they'll announce who are the recipients of it. And it's cool because you can choose whatever school you want to go to. So I just chose this one. Like you can go to any brewing school you want to go to. Um,
So when you chose that school, so that's so you being in Germany is because of the school, not because of it's because of the school you chose, not because of the scholarship.
right, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
because I chose
okay.
the
That's fine.
World Brewing Academy, which is a combination of two schools: Siebel, which is in the States, and then Doemens, which is here in Germany.
Okay, okay,
So I'm in
okay.
school with
Right.
the Germans that are learning how to become master brewers here in Germany, but they have an
Mm.
international program for other students from around the world. Like
Okay.
my class has people from Scotland, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Trinidad, Korea. Like,
So that's crazy.
yeah,
I just want to see that.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like
It's a
all
crazy
these
class.
people.
Yeah.
Do you need
That's
to know German? Do you have to know German?
right.
Or
That's what I was
No.
going to say. What are they
So
speaking?
yeah,
oh,
that's the beauty of this program is this is like one of the only ones that actually has an English portion. They
mm,
do German at that school too for the German students, and all the other
right.
schools you have to know German to go there if you want to be a master brewer.
Mm,
Wow.
But this is like one of the only ones
oh,
that they actually do it in English. So
Hmm.
uh,
it's been
Damn.
crazy.
so I'm curious to know when you first started home brewing, what was the style? Did you try to recreate the beer that you had in while you were
No,
in Germany? Like,
no, because I didn't have lagering at that time. So the first beer I made was a strawberry blonde ale, which did
okay,
not work out. So um, I ended up like I didn't reach the max volume that I thought I was supposed to get, and so I just ended up putting water in it because I didn't know what else to do, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I watered it down to like 2% or something like that. And I was
That's
like,
else.
it was mad, man. I was like, this is not this is not how beer is supposed to be made. I think it fermented, and I was like, I tasted it. I was like, man, this tastes like strawberry water. Like this is nothing, man. And so
huh,
I think the second beer I made was a brown ale.
okay,
And then I started getting a little bit better, like my fourth time in. So
okay.
that's like,
Somebody out there bottled that strawberry water and now they selling it
yeah,
for
for real, I
like
know, right? If I would have known like
for
no
$3 a
alcoholic
bottle.
beers are coming in, dang, I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed
It'd be the
up.
craziest stuff that you think you probably was like, that is disgusting. And somebody else probably like, shit, that dude tastes like strawberry water. You can't get that. That's
Exactly.
great.
Add some carbonation. Now you got a seltzer. You know.
Yeah, yep. See,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you would have started off with a
I
seltzer
know.
first.
I know. For real. Blasphemy.
Now you said you worked at a brewery in Augusta as well
Yeah,
as
yeah.
one of the assistant brewers. So what made you also want to do your own brand as well? Like, what was the emphasis
Man,
behind that?
I'm a hustler. I want to be my own boss and do my own thing.
Um,
You know, I saw the opportunity. You know, there's an opportunity there, and there still is one. And um, you know, starting my brewery in Augusta, I'm doing a contract brewing through the brewery that I work with. So
okay.
I'm able to get my beer out into the market by brewing it at their location. And it's just an opportunity. I saw that I could be a first mover, and I could be the first black guy to do it too. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and perfect my recipes down that I want to get out into the market, and then excuse me, put into action, getting that beer out to people. So they've been the brewery I work at is the Banter Brewing Company, and they've been excellent and amazing at helping me live this dream and get it started. And so I got to give them shouts out too, just because they didn't have to. You know what I mean? They could have just been like, "Nah, we're not
Yeah.
doing that." So, but they did, and
Right.
I was able to get my beer out, and it's doing well. So.
Right. Well, because they probably like, yo, well, he about to come back as a master brewer, so when we have
Right.
we do these collabs, we like, we good.
Exactly, and that's the crazy thing about it, because it's like, now it's going to be like the rising tide floats all ships kind of thing. Like I can come
Right.
back as a master brewer and help lift that company up at the same time while I'm lifting my company up, and they're helping me with that too. So that's the goal, man. Like, it's the craft beer world is beautiful in a way that we don't really like go after each other like other industries do. So
Yeah.
Right.
What's the demographics in that area though? Like where the brewery is that you
yeah,
work?
I mean, that part of Augusta is like 70% black. Like it's a heavily black area. However, the brewery is not black at all. They're white, like
Oh,
everything white. Like
Right.
so they don't really integrate much with the surrounding neighborhood. But
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for.
the adjacent cities are all white or mostly white. So those people come into the downtown and they go to the bars and restaurants and then the brewery and stuff like that.
right.
My goal is to integrate it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to bring our culture into this industry and also educate, black people
Right.
about beer, because we'll spend the money if we like it. And
Right.
there's a whole demographic of people that this industry doesn't really cater to. And so I'm like, all right, there's another opportunity. Like you can cater to
Right.
this demographic, and then you have a whole nother income stream. Like, and so
Right.
I'm trying to.
Uh, I always wondered though, like how do you may not have the answer. I don't know. Even if you have it, you may not want to tell it because but how do you cater to our demographic, to that demographic though? Like black people, I ain't gonna lie, black people hard to please, man.
True, but I think when it comes to flavor, we know flavor and we know style and we know
Right.
what tastes good, But the marketing behind all of it was never to us at first,
Right.
And if it was to us, it was always just a pale light lager style, and that's where
Right.
like we navigated to, because the marketing was for us for that kind of beer. So that's why we drank Heineken, and that's why we drank Coronas, and that's why
Right.
we drank
And
malt
that's why
liquor.
people drunk like Colt 45.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
Colt
why we drank
45.
malt
but it's
liquor.
funny.
Like, it was
Yeah.
advertising, but it
It's
wouldn't.
funny because people do say that, and I get what you're saying. I get it, but then I look back and I think about cigarette commercials. They were never catered to black people, but black people always had Newport in their mouth all
True,
the time.
true.
Well, I think
So I
Newport
always
was
was like, how
catered
did
to us.
what?
Newport was.
How? Why?
Yeah.
It was a white lady with a cigarette thinking she was the prettiest thing in the world because she had a.
Well, no, because it depends on the. It depends on where you look. Because,
No, it's all about the marketing too.
Uh-oh.
If you think about it, like, all right, I will ask y'all this: like, if y'all could choose between Pepsi or Coke, which would you choose?
I'm always going for Pepsi. I mean, I don't like neither one of them at this time,
But
but
if you
I
did,
would
yeah,
do Pepsi.
all right.
Yeah,
Why?
tastes better.
It's not that it tastes better. It does.
Oh, it definitely tastes better.
It does. It does taste better, but it wasn't. We, as black people, we drink Pepsi because they were the first to market to black people. Coke never did that. And
Were
if you
they?
go back, yeah, they actually like showed like black people, like the middle class black people drinking a Pepsi in their marketing, and we navigated
Which is
towards that.
weird. That's weird because Coca-Cola's in the blackest city in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
factory is in the
but
blackest city ever.
Coke.
Here we are.
I know, yeah, for real. Because I mean, I grew up with Coke. I never had Pepsi growing up because I was from Atlanta, so we always had Coke.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, when it comes to like the black community, like which one you rather have, Pepsi or Coke? And most of the time they say Pepsi. They had Michael Jackson do Pepsi commercials and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
so like
That's
we
true.
had, it was marketed to us in a way that we navigated to it. So it's the same way with beer. Like if we start marketing in a manner that we are showing people of our color, people of our background and demographics that we drink beer and we can have it in, the most lavish and amazing settings. Like you know, or you could just be on your barbecue chilling, drinking a beer, and it's still a good time. I think that shift will happen and we'll start to drink more beer.
Right.
But when it comes back to what you're saying, like flavor wise, yeah, that's education. Because like I always tell people, like, I mean, people really don't like beer the first time they have it. You know what I mean? Like the first time you had a beer, you
That's true.
probably was like, nah, I don't know about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But then you might have been at the right time or location where it's like, okay, this is the cheapest way I can get drunk, or this is like, everybody else is drinking it right now, or there's somebody hands you a free one, and you're like, all right, man, I'll drink this one or something like that, and then you acquire the taste. And so, like right now, I'm like on a mission to try to get people to acquire that taste because
Right.
my family in Atlanta, like, I'll go to a barbecue with them, and they're like, we don't drink beer, we drink liquor. You know what I mean? Like that's all we drink. But then I'll
Yeah.
bring some beer, and I'm like, well, I put some bourbon and cherries in this, and they're like, what in the world are you talking about? And then they sip it, and they're like, oh no, that's crazy. Like I could taste the bourbon,
Yeah.
or I could taste the cherries, or like how. Why do I feel like I'm getting more drunk on this than I was the liquor? I was like, because your body metabolizes it differently. So, especially if you don't drink beer, you're gonna get drunk faster.
Right. Yeah.
Start
Yeah.
drinking heavy percent beer. So, I think it's just about education, man, and like exposure. That's really it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of people, they grew up, if they say, when they think beer, especially in the black community, they think of Budweiser or Coronas and Heineken. And so it's only that's the
Still reserved.
baseline.
Still
That's what they're
reserves.
thinking.
Yeah,
So
211, man. I used to drink that like with my homies back in the day. Like, and I didn't know
Yeah.
what I was drinking. Like, I just drank because they were
right,
drinking it, and they were drinking it because it was cheap at the gas station. So
right,
it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
but it don't taste
yeah,
good. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I guess that's true. Because like I wasn't a beer drinker. Like when I would see people drinking still reserves and stuff like that, I still wouldn't be interested. Like,
No,
and then like as I started going out to clubs and stuff, I started like fooling with like Coronas and Heinekens
right.
and stuff like that. And then I went out with Rob one time, and he had Blue Moon, and the Blue Moon is what I was like, oh, this ain't bad. Like,
That's where we
oh,
start,
yeah,
man. And
okay.
man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's every black person's trajectory into the into craft beer. It's Heineken, Corona, Blue Moon, and then we're like, okay,
Yeah,
like what's
Uh,
next?
Blue Moon, yeah.
We
Yep,
would kill
that's
some
what
Blue
happened.
Moons back in the day.
Yeah, Blue Moon is good. Like I just drank one a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, this is it, man. Blue Moon's it, man.
Yeah, we killed
well,
that Blue Moon, man.
what I was that was its purpose. It was trying to introduce you to different flavor profiles and stuff like that. But going back to in terms of your brand, like what is in terms of what is Tap 33 like? What is the significance behind Tap 33?
Yeah, man. Like when I was thinking of I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start a brewery or figure out a company or whatever. Um, So I always like see the number 1033, like that's like a real important number to me. I don't really know why yet, but like I always saw that
Hmm.
Mhm.
time. So I always like had like that number in my mind of 33 and for some reason. And so when I was looking into like the name of a company, I was trying to figure out how I could incorporate that, but not really knowing how. And then I realized prohibition ended in 1933. And
Hmm.
so
Mm.
I was like, that's a good start. Like 1933 is the year that Prohibition ended. It allowed us to make beer. And so I was
Hmm.
like, all right, well, how can I tie this number again? Like what other meanings are behind this 33 number? And then I found out that Augusta is located in the 33rd parallel on Earth. And so I was like, that's cool. So
Oh,
now it's a location
Oh,
and a date.
you did some digging.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what
yeah.
the?
I did some research, man. And so then and then I was like, oh man, like it's crazy because we always talk about James Brown and Augusta and stuff like that, and I was like, man, what are the chances? So I looked it up, and I was like, he was born
James Brown had
1933.
33 DUIs.
Yeah, yeah, no, probably, but nah. He was born in 1933 as well, and
Oh,
uh,
so
snap.
I was able to tie that together, and three numbers and the date, and then tapped was just kind of like a way to give a call to action, letting people know like the beer is made locally, is brewed there locally. So it's like Tap 33. That's it.
All right.
Roll with it.
All right. That's a lot of significance in
It is, yeah,
number
yeah.
33.
You know, they say you need a story
Well,
behind your name, so I was like, all right, let me come up with something that.
yo, you might be biting off a lot though, because the thing is though, if I come in your brewery, it ain't 33 taps in there, I'll be mad.
Yo, that's what I was. People always ask me. They go like, "You gonna have 33 taps?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't doing 33 different styles of beer, man. For y'all, y'all gonna have to chill on that one. Y'all gonna have to chill. I have to be able to way to like divide that number evenly or something like that.
It's
Like,
number have 6. It'll be 3 over here, 3 over there,
yeah,
33.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Y'all get 6, 3, and 3. Nah, but yeah, nah, it's yeah. I can do 33 beers if I tried. That'd be crazy. That'd be
Yeah, that would be
interesting.
crazy. That'd
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that'd be crazy for anybody. I don't think there's
Right.
many taps that have
I don't
30.
think
That's a
I don't think
lot.
there's a brewery out there that has 33 styles of
And
different beer that they brew.
if they
Right.
do,
That's a
at
lot of guest
least
brews.
Yeah.
15 of them were
Yeah,
trash.
exactly. Like, and yeah,
Like,
33 and they all good, they all smashes.
yeah.
I don't know, that's a
Yeah.
lot. I've
Yeah,
seen some breweries that are
that'd be
like
tough.
they have a good amount, but 33 would be crazy.
Yeah, but 33 would be just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, hey, you never know, baby.
You
You
never know.
can do it, and you can
Maybe
set the record. You like,
Master Brewing up in the thing.
yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
man,
because
I ain't
I
gonna do that
was
to myself.
right. Because when I heard tap, and then you said you were like in the military, I didn't know if it was like taps, like the thing that they play.
Oh,
You know,
dang, I
I
never
didn't
thought
know.
about
I
that.
didn't,
That's cool too.
Hmm.
Because like Augusta is in a big military town too, so it's like you have I can tie it back to the military in some way too, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't
all
know.
That's
right.
pretty good.
So
Yeah, that's
we got a
pretty
lot of series to go. We gotta get the James Brown estate to like, hey, can I make a James Brown themed beer and all that kind of stuff?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
have you did something like what kind of styles that you do? Like you said, you do contract brewing. Like, so
Yeah,
what are the styles
so
that
my
you
first beer that I
on the
came
market?
out with for the market was a juicy IPA called Good Googly Moogly.
Good.
That's a
That thing is
yeah,
juicy.
that's a tie back to Project Pat. My goal is always to influence like the beer with our culture. So like hopefully
Mhm.
like every beer that I make will have some tie back to something in the black culture, music wise. And so my next beer that I'm going to be releasing is a brown sugar brown ale called 95 D'Angelo. And it's a
Okay.
throwback to brown sugar. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that'll be a brown ale with some brown sugar and vanilla. And so, and like the crazy thing about it, like I went to a pop up before coming out to Germany where I had like a tap takeover, and
Okay.
it was like a paint and sip kind of thing. So it was nothing but like old black women in there, like or like middle aged black women, and they just chilling, having a good time. And I come in there with my beers, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know about beer, I don't know." I was like, "Well," they're like, "What do you got?" I was like, "I got one called 95 D'Angelo," and they're like, "Ooh, what's that?" I was like,
Yeah.
it's a brown sugar brown ale, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "How? What am I supposed to taste with this?" I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be sweet and a little bit of brown sugar. You're gonna get some vanilla on the background. You're gonna taste a little chocolate." So it was funny because it's about the education, right? So,
All
uh,
right.
and it was crazy too because like when I got there, I set up my homeboys came through with me, and they were helping me. But nobody was coming to the bar to drink. They had a DJ, and the DJ was shouting me out and stuff, but like nobody would come up and get a beer. Maybe like a couple ladies. So I went to the DJ. My homeboy gave me the idea. He was like, "Yo, what you need to do is go up to the DJ and say, hey, for the next song, all beers are on tap 33, and the DJ's gonna play one song all the way through, or the next three songs. Actually, it was three songs, because we were tying it back to 33 kind of thing." And I went up there and I was like, "Yo, for the next three songs, I made an announcement. Hey, all the beers are on me. And your ladies go up to the bar, get you a beer, go back to your painting." And man, when he started playing them songs, they rushed up there, man. It was the craziest thing. It was such a good idea, man. I was like, all right, man, that was killer because like they were scared to drink beer. And I was trying to explain it to them by giving like little samples, and it was like just a mess.
Yeah.
But by the time they started getting their own beers, they were good, and some of them were like a little bit more alcoholic, so they were getting lit up in there. So it was fun. It was a good time.
They're drinking at the end. You know, they was like, "How does it
Yeah,
feel?"
exactly.
Ooh.
For real. So like, yeah, so I got that one, and then I'm gonna be at GABF this year. I got in there,
Okay.
and
Okay.
so I'm gonna have a booth, and hopefully I can bring some good surprises to there too. So
Nice. That's is it October
October,
or September?
October,
It's
October. Yeah. Y'all coming out for that or?
We were supposed to come
October
last
what?
year and we didn't, but
What is it? October?
I
Mm,
don't know.
What day is that on?
I don't remember because
I think it's like the middle of October.
Mm,
yeah, and
Or
I
maybe
think
towards
the
the end.
calendar in
I
October is
don't know.
crazy right now, so I don't know.
Dang, I must have messed up.
Yeah,
No, and Denver's.
maybe.
Oh man, Denver's a great city.
Yeah, that's what we hear. We hear. I mean,
I've
Lou
never been.
been a few
Lou
times,
been a couple times.
Yeah, it's good.
um,
Man, it's real
so,
fun.
so he tell us all the time, but it's always doesn't line up. So I'm gonna see. We'll see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
There's a
let me
lot
shout
of
out
know.
to Denver.
I'll be out there.
there's a, there's a lot of events in October. It seems like everybody picked October to do
Well, it's
beer
Oktoberfest,
events.
so people do
Right.
Yeah,
all the beer fest stuff too. I hate I'm gonna miss the one
yeah.
here in Munich because I'll be back in the States, but they say it gets crazy here. Like this is a place to be.
I bet.
They say
Bet.
Oktoberfest there, I can
they
imagine.
say no. They say it's not even what you can imagine. Like they say it's even 10 times more than you can imagine because it's just insane. Like and like I've been out to where they put all the tents and stuff like that, and like they like man, it's just like crazy, like the things you'll see and what people do
Mm.
during Oktoberfest. So I was like, yeah, I got to make it back out there for
Yeah.
educational
All right.
purposes only, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sabbaticals and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's it.
yeah, it's all research.
Would you ever like? I wonder if would you take your beer to a festival there in Germany?
Ooh,
In Germany?
honestly, the crazy thing about it is it wouldn't even be considered beer here
Mm.
because of the Reichsgebot. It depends on how I made it. But they don't
Uh,
drink. They don't drink craft like the rest of the world does.
right.
They're very like we like our Bavarian Helles and our Munich Helles and our
Ooh.
lagers and very traditional. So I would have to come here with like my own take on a traditional German beer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And even then I wouldn't be able to do it right. And I couldn't even get a
Scary.
tent at Oktoberfest because that's all like these it's like the mafia, like you have to be a part of the guild here in Munich,
Right.
and you have to actually brew with the Munich water to be considered
Mm.
to even
Wow.
try to get it. It's man, the politics of that is crazy, and it could be like a good movie if they made one, but it would be like a mobster type movie for real, for real.
Yo, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy, like you like because there will be breweries that open up here in Munich, and if they're not a part of the guild, they don't even get an invite, and then they have to pay so much money or make so much like, and then like it's just
Yo,
crazy.
this racketeering.
It's crazy. But I stick with my American.
Oh, I'm going down with Rico
Yeah,
charges.
yeah, for real. No, Rico'd up for real.
That's crazy.
No, it
That
gets
is
crazy.
crazy.
But I mean,
Man.
the beauty about what they do here is that everybody follows the same kind of law, the purity law.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
pretty much everybody beer here is good. Like even if it's the
Mhm.
cheapest beer, because they're all following the same way to make it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So you could get a crate of beer, like 24 bottles, 24 half-liter bottles, for like €12 or €20, or you could get it for like €5. And you're talking about 25 bottles of beer for like €5, or 24 bottles of beer for €5. So it's like super cheap. But
Mm.
That's ridiculous. $5 here. Five. Wait, what's the euro
so
in
it would be like
America
maybe
money?
like $6 to $7 for with the conversion from a €5.
Okay.
So
Yeah, see, that'd be some nasty ass beer. You get that here.
mm-hmm.
You looking at? Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So you said you were 14 weeks in Germany. How many more weeks you have
Got two
until
more.
you wrapped up? Two
Two
more
more
weeks. All
weeks.
right.
Oh,
Two more. Yep.
oh man.
I know, counting
Oh,
down.
so like the end of July, I guess.
Yep.
The end of
Yep.
July.
Yep. End of
All
July.
right.
Yeah.
So do y'all when you get there? Do you get to brew with all their stuff
Yeah. Yeah. I've been brewing
like
for
the
the
water, using the
past.
water and stuff?
Yeah, I've been brewing for the past 4 weeks, man. 5 weeks. Yeah, we brew every week. We make up our own recipes. We do all the calculations, and then we brew at the brewery here, or we go other places to other breweries, and we'll brew there at their breweries. And it was crazy. Like 2 weeks ago, we went to a old school brewery. Like I'm talking about, like traditional, ancient style of brewing. Like no pumps, no steam. It's just wood fired. We had to stir the mash ourselves with these big paddles. We had to like take it from a wooden pail and put it into the lauter tun, and
Oh
then scoop it out
shit!
with another wooden pail back into the boil kettle. And then like it was all like hand mechanical. And like I said, wood fired, and it was crazy. It was a great experience. I'll send you some pictures of it too. So y'all
Yeah,
can
that
look at
sounds like it's that. That sounds
it. It
crazy.
was like
I'm
some,
curious
You know,
how that.
I would like to do that in Africa.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
see how like just see the tradition, like just the without nothing, like how they grind from the bottom and make it like
Man,
that's crazy.
I wanna go brew in Africa. To be honest with you, I think that's the next frontier for the
Yeah,
industry. Like, man, you got a whole continent of people that don't even drink beer like that. Like they do, but it's just like light lagers. You know what I mean? So you introduce craft to them, which they are starting to do, but it's you talking about a boom. That would be crazy. But it goes back to
yeah,
educating and stuff like that too, because
right.
they're not there yet, but they're gonna get
Mm,
there. Like South Africa is booming with craft breweries right now. Actually, they're doing really well.
Right.
And then there's some other countries that are actually starting to get into the craft beer scene. So it's gonna be interesting in the next couple of years as America dies off with their craft breweries. So
mm.
Huh.
You think America's gonna die off with their crap beer?
we've hit the bubble. The bubble's burst. I think you're not seeing like the increase of craft beer openings. You're seeing more of like it leveling off, and then you're gonna see a lot more closing. But that's another thing, another opportunity, right? Because like I said before, they're not going after the demographic of people that actually could help keep these things open.
Right,
Right.
right,
So
Right.
right,
I say, yeah, y'all close, y'all do whatever y'all gotta do because y'all not doing it right. But I'm gonna get these people money in the door. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
figure out
okay.
a way to cater.
We kind of talked about this on our last episode. We were like, it's not that it's dying off. It's not necessarily it's dying off. It's more that you haven't adjusted or
right,
made any
right, right.
any any adjustments to how you doing business, and now you like,
Yeah, man.
oh, we still, because when people still think of craft beer, they think of like middle-aged white men in like flannels and stuff like that.
Flannels
That's what
and
people
like
still think.
sandals and like.
Right.
And it
Yeah,
is
yep.
like that. Like if you go to CBC or you go to like GABF or something, it is still like that. Like it's nothing but white men with beards and stuff like that. So, but
Right.
we have, like I said, the demographics are changing, and I think that once we are able to connect with other people that look like us or are women or Hispanic or Asian or whatever, it will change the tide of what craft beer is in America and stuff like that too. So I'm looking forward to being a part
Yeah,
of it in some way.
Right. All right.
yeah, I
All
can
right.
dig it. And I mean, I guess sometimes you gotta go through that where you plateau out, and then it drops off because some people are losing their businesses and what have you to build it to even higher than
Yeah,
what it already was. Sometimes it takes that. You gotta get rid of something,
because there's a
and
lot of
then
crappy beer in America too. Like let's be honest,
yeah,
like people thought it was a get
there's
rich
a lot of
quick
crappy
scheme.
people here
Yeah,
too.
there's a lot of
So
crappy people. Yeah, I mean it's just like it's a crappy place sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Like I love America, but sometimes this be crappy.
yeah,
But
Because that's the thing, and I say that because I think that a lot of times too, it's like because some of these breweries aren't inviting to a certain demographic, even sometimes even the demographic that it's normally catered to don't want to go there either because they're not into that same
right,
type of stuff that some people are into. So it's like, yeah, them people they can go
yeah, and
get
I
out of
mean,
here.
and then like now they struggling because they can't even cater to Gen Z, and they don't know how to get the Gen Z
Right.
population in the
Yeah,
door to drink too. So, and that's a whole
yeah,
nother thing. It's like, all right, you got to think about, and that's kind of what the school has been teaching us too. Is like, yo, you're in the beverage industry. You're not just in the beer industry. Like, you need to learn how to make
right, right.
other beverages. Like, so
Mm,
like we learn how to make soda here.
Huh.
We learned how to make non-alcoholic beer, and like basically we've gone around to other manufacturers that make teas or waters, mineral waters, and stuff like that. Because they're like, you might need to learn how to do all of this because there might be a day where you're not selling as much beer as you could sell this soda or this iced tea or something like that. So
right. And I think sometimes like stuff like that. I mean, it sucks, but that can at least help people get in the door to your establishment.
yeah,
Even because if they're not real beer drinkers, but they want to try, you making your own soda, man. If I go to a spot and I hear that you making your own soda, I'm gonna go try this soda,
yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
for real. And then you gonna be like, "Well, do you drink?" And I'm be like, "Yeah." Or
Mm-hmm.
you want to try beer? Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a whole
So it's
bunch of
like,
things that like I'm learning from just being here and just seeing it because they make their own soda. Most of the breweries here make sodas too.
yeah. See,
Mm.
that's lit to me that I can go somewhere where the soda is made
Mm-hmm.
and get the soda.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't a
Yeah,
big soda drinker, but I'll try them.
Mm-hmm.
the brewery up
Shit.
the street from me, they make their own. They make their craft
Do
soda.
they?
Yep.
What
They
would your
have
brew
an
works make their own
yeah,
soda?
yeah. They make a craft soda, Italian
Mm.
craft soda, I believe, and they
Okay.
make a
Yeah.
root beer, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
They can do a root beer as well.
Oh, I think they do make a root beer. I think they had the root beer last time I went there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
No, good.
Now I'm curious. Would you try to like when you come back to the states? Would you try to do like that wood burning to brew process? Would you try to
The
do that?
technique.
Oh man, no, that
Yeah.
was too hard. That was a rough day. I ain't trying to do that no more. But I mean, yeah, I can make a beer in a wooden barrel, and you can just put it in there and let it ferment. And I went to a lecture here, and they made a beer in a wooden barrel outside with a fire, boiled it, just put some kveikis in it, let it sit overnight and ferment, and then the next day we tried it. We drank it. It was already done. 24 hours.
Mm,
It was
mm,
done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. They had
mm.
beer made and done in 24 hours.
Good. All right.
It wasn't that good, but it was beer. It was it was something. You know what I
They
mean? Like,
see, but you want it to be
yeah, I
good.
wanted it to be great. You know, I'm not.
But 24 hours. I mean, I ain't gonna expect too much
Yeah, no,
from
I
it
wasn't. You
anyway.
know, and it was like some weird white people stuff. Like we just had got a glass and just dipped it in a bucket and like just like scooped it out this bucket and just drank it. I was like, man, it's crazy. But I mean, I'm about
That's
the
funny.
experiences, so it's all good.
I got
Yeah, I mean that's an experience.
Yeah, for
Shit,
real.
because
you.
even if I went to a brewery in the states and I saw that taking place, that's interesting.
Exactly.
Like that's something that would stop me, or I would at least if they were like, hey, we had doing this at this brewery on this day,
Hmm.
come out if you want to check it out. Don't come, whatever, blah blah blah.
Right.
I'd probably go because I'm like, yo, this has to be interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to see somebody brew this way.
And they were just simulating like how beer was made back in the old times, like
Right.
when it was safer to drink beer than water because the water was always contaminated. So
Right.
Right.
that's
Right.
pretty much how they do it, and they still do that in Africa. Like they have these big old things where they brew this beer, and then they just take these reeds and they just stick a straw in it, and they just drink together, like out of a straw in a pot. So it's
Hmm.
interesting. So
So that's man, that sounds like a community event to me.
yeah, it is.
Come on.
It literally is. Everybody brings their own straw, and they sit around and just
Yo,
drink out of
that's
this pot.
crazy.
Yeah,
All right.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Might want to try
Yeah, it's like these
it.
long reed straws, and like they'll just sit around and drink this warm beer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Well, warm beer, period, is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't like that mess. But I mean,
Yeah,
there's a time and a place for everything. I guess I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
Is it a time and a place for warm beer?
yeah.
I guess
I
if
mean,
you
I
in
guess
Africa
if
and
you're
that's all you got.
Yeah, that's true. I
yeah,
guess that is the time and
yeah.
the place.
And if you're in if you're in London or Britain and that's what they serving and you want
Yeah.
beer, you
But it's
got
not warm. Like
Yeah.
that's a
cellar,
misunderstanding. It's not
cellar,
warm. It's
cool,
cellar temperature. It's cool.
cool,
It's a cool beer.
yeah, cool.
So
Yeah, but when you drinking that beer out that pot with that straw, that shit's
that
probably
was warm. Yeah,
warm
that
as I
was
don't know
like
what.
that was
Yeah.
just a warm beer. Like it was like
Yeah.
ambient air temperature, and I was like,
Yeah,
weird.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
this is weird. Yeah, it was weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the
Well,
British beer is cool.
cool. Because it's like in the basement type of thing. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
it's still cool. I honestly,
Yeah.
I hate when the beer is too cold. Like I
Mm,
don't like it when it's too cold. Like the Twin Peaks thing. I don't know if I've ever been there. Like, you ever heard of Twin
mm,
Peaks? It's like a restaurant, and they like advertise that they sell their beer at like freezing temperatures or something like that. So it's like super, super cold.
Cold
Yeah.
glasses
mm,
and
And I
everything.
was like, man, that actually doesn't make the beer taste good at all. Like you lose so much flavor and aroma. Even for a Budweiser, you lose it, if you're
mm.
serving it that cold. So there's a proper temperature. So.
Hmm.
Right. I just had a question. I forgot what it was.
I did.
Oh, at when you come back and you're at the GABF, like
Yeah.
you said, you were bringing some things. Like how many taps? How many I guess pours do you have to have? Like how many
There
beers are you
was
thinking of bringing?
I'm gonna bring 4 beers. I'm gonna bring four
Okay.
different beers. Yeah, I'll bring my flagship Good Googly, which is what I entered into the competition to for GABF.
Oh,
Which
nice.
I mean, it's a crapshoot for that one. You're entering into the juicy IPA category, like everybody and their mama is entering in that one. So,
Right.
Right.
but
Right.
it'll be my first time entering, and it'll be good to just see like the judges' feedback and stuff like that too. So, and then 95 D'Angelo, and then I'm trying to decide on the next 2 beers because I have a couple in
Okay.
mind, but I might do something cool.
All right. All right. All right. And then now for the school, is it like a graduation as well?
Yeah,
Like a
it's
whole
a huge
graduation thing?
graduation. Yeah, it'll be
Oh,
the whole school, like, so because we're in school with the other Germans, and they do
right.
2 years because this is their master's program. So like this is like you go to school, get your bachelor's, then you come here get your master's. So like when
Mm,
they say master brewers, they literally mean like you get a master's of brewing. You know what I mean?
mm,
And so they graduate with us, or we graduate with them, more so, and it's like a big celebration in one of the biggest breweries in Munich. So it's like over
mm.
400 people come out, and it's like German bands
Oh
and
man.
food and drinking until everybody pass out, kind of thing. So
Huh. It's like a little Oktoberfest.
it is, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be. They say it's crazy, and they say people miss their flights the next day and stuff. So
Oh,
Oh
oh,
man.
oh.
I know.
Just like that.
Mm.
Jeez.
Oh. Now, I'm curious. This is probably one of the last questions I have. Like in terms of picking the school, is that because it had the dual parts, it had the one in Chicago and the one in Germany? Is that why you picked the
Oh
school?
yeah, yeah, most definitely. Well, actually, it's crazy because like when I wanted to learn how to make beer, I was looking at Siebel like years ago.
Mm,
Just curious, like if I could take a course online or like I could take like a 2
Mm.
course somewhere. Um, because I wanted to learn how to make it, but I never did because I didn't have the money and stuff like that too. So, um, this course is like super expensive, and so
mm,
like I wouldn't be here without the MJF, right? And so when I got the scholarship, I was looking at going to uh, Auburn University
okay. All
Mm.
right.
because they have a program where you can get a master's in brewing science. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, I could just go there and get my master's and take the course there, and I'll be close to home. Blah blah blah. And then like I got some advice and like some like direction, and they're like, why would you go to Alabama when you could go to Germany and
Germany,
Europe.
yeah.
They're like, I was like, yeah, that's true. They're like, it doesn't make sense to go to Alabama when you could just go to Germany and travel the world
Right.
and like, and so I was like, yeah,
That's true.
you know. So I chose that one because it was kind of full circle. I always wanted to go to Siebel. I ended up I had to take a test to get into this course for the master. It's not like just because I got a scholarship, I could just come here. Like I still had to like
Right.
take a test to get into the school. I took it, did well, and then here I am. So
All right.
Nice.
yeah,
So,
it was cool, man.
Like that.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It's been a blast, man. I don't know. I feel like everybody should travel the world and see different things because that's kind of teaches you a lot about yourself and open your eyes to
Right.
having a little bit more empathy and stuff like that when it comes to our problems are not problems because we live in America because we really don't have that many problems even though we say we do. So, but traveling the world gives you a different perspective too. So,
Yeah, you be like, damn, because you go someplace, you be like, damn, they got it bad.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you be like, no, wow.
You be home complaining about your shit, like, I can't believe this car got it. You like, man, they out here
For real.
struggling for
And
real.
like you learn a lot about yourself when you in another place and you don't know the language and you gotta
Yeah,
navigate.
I was gonna say, I can imagine.
Yeah, and you gotta,
Oh,
and everybody looking at you like, and you just messing up everywhere you go. Like you don't know what
man.
this says, so you doing this wrong, and you turned here when you're supposed to turn there, and like, so you learn if you can catch on or
Man,
not.
that's scary.
It's fun though. It's fun.
Is it
Yeah,
though?
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
I
fun.
got bad nerves. I'll be fucking struggling out there. I'll be like, I wouldn't even leave no
Yeah.
more. I just go straight to school and that's it. Back to
Oh, no, man.
back to where I stay.
I'm always going out, man. Like I try to like see as much as I can. So
You been to a club there or anything?
yeah, I've gone to clubs. I went to a rave, like yeah, I've
A
gone
rave?
in Berlin, yeah, of all places. Like
Damn.
it's crazy, like and it was just on some like let me just see what this is about. Like this is what
Shit,
people do.
yeah.
And I ended up getting into one of the hardest clubs in the world to get into. And it's like right. They will turn
Why is
you
it one of the hardest clubs in the world?
They just have like this. I don't know. They try to keep it like secretive and elite. Like they put stickers on your cameras on your phone so you can't take pictures when you're in there. And like you
Oh.
get to the door and they'll just tell you no, you can't come in. Like no reason.
Sound like one of them Diddy
No,
parties.
it ain't no Diddy party. Well, it could be. No, it ain't like that though. But maybe Diddy did do that. Maybe that's where he learned it from. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's an insane time. Nah, you're right.
He played
That's
with the
funny though.
Diddy
Yeah,
parties,
that's
man.
yeah. I mean, thankfully it wasn't like that, but I can imagine that it would be like that too. I love him, man. Before it got too crazy. So
That's funny. So I do have one more question. So let's see, like, yeah, what are your plans for the next? Let's see, 5-year plan. Your 5-year plan.
hmm the next goal is to open up a brick and mortar brew pub in Augusta, and so um, like I said, a brick and mortar spot where I can make my beer right there, have food goes with the beer, and then open more locations of it. Similar idea. One of my goals is to have different locations where I could hire people that are interested in the industry as brewers, and then give them a platform and a way to showcase their skills and talent in the brewing world. Of course, like we'll have our flagships always at each location, but I would want it to empower the brewer there to make their own styles, and it would honestly be cool for the customer too, because they wouldn't be getting the same beer at different locations, you know. And so that's the goal right there. Like open the first one, and then see if I can open some more in the areas around. Expand the distribution past the city I'm at to Atlanta and Charlotte and South Carolina and stuff like that, and Athens and see where it takes me. So
The idea with giving the breweries that the brewers that option to create their own drinks is crazy.
yeah,
Because it's like I can go to one that's on West whatever, I don't know,
yeah,
that's over here, and then have what that brewer made, but the other brewer made something different
yeah,
over here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I know I can still get the flagships at all of them, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna go here to try with this other brewer. Yeah, that's I like that. I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll be able to hire and inspire in that way, and hopefully, of course, they would have to like maintain the quality that I want to maintain as far as
Oh
all
yeah,
the
of course.
places. But if they could do that, then yeah, let's take it over. So
All
What
right.
what kind of food would you serve? Because you said you wanted to
yeah,
have food there
so we're
too.
gonna do stuff.
It's like raised boom boom room. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Not for real. Yeah. So my
I got
concepts.
gambling.
I know. Yeah, it's funny because like I I've changed my concept from my original business plan, and the reason why is because I have a mentor who owns Moody Tongue out in Chicago, and he's giving me a lot of good advice. And Moody Tongue is the first Michelin rated brew pub, so they have
Huh.
2 Michelin stars, and
Huh.
that is absolutely insane for a brew pub to have two
Yeah, that's
Michelin stars.
crazy.
But the experience there was amazing, and if you ever get a chance to go there, it's a beautiful experience. And the way they pair food with beer is world class. And so I reached out to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll help. Whatever you need help with, just kind of let me know, and we can talk it over and stuff like that." And he kind of gave me an idea. He was like, "Honestly, nobody does barbecue well and beer pairings." He was like, "And you're in the South, they love barbecue." He's like, "I go to Atlanta all the time. I love barbecue in the South. So I'm looking at barbecue, man, like a nice barbecue joint,
Mm.
a little bit more upper class style of barbecue, more so like not them paper plates and them red
Right.
baskets and stuff. So, but a really fine cuts of meat but not unapproachable,
Elevated
a
barbecue.
little elevated, yeah, a
Elevated
little bit of
barbecue.
elevated, yeah,
Yeah,
elevated, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because I'm really big on the pairings too, so I don't want. And then he gave me the best advice. He's like, "Yeah, it's not just about beer; it's about the food and the beer and everything else that goes along with it too." So, as crazy as you are about beer, you better be crazy about the food too. So,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's a fact.
I
mhm.
got you.
Hmm, that's
And
true.
now I do have another question.
Yeah,
Because based on being in Europe, you travel quite a few places. You said y'all did like a tour of some of the different locations. And
mhm.
did you try beer there in all of the locations as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, everywhere I go, everywhere.
Now, every probably everybody in Europe think they have the best beer. Is there one that has better beer than others?
Yeah, Belgium has the best beer,
Okay.
Hmm.
in my opinion.
All right.
Belgium has the best beer, but that's my styles of beer. So the
Okay.
sours, the Belgians can do what the Germans can't when it comes to making beer because the Germans can only go by the purity law, right? So
Right.
they make really good basic beers.
Right.
And I say basic, excuse me. I say basic because it's like a Helles is a Helles is a Helles. You're not doing anything crazy to change it.
Right.
You're just maybe
Right.
doing different hops or something like that. But in Belgium, they'll be like, "Oh, we'll make a Helles, but we're gonna put some chamomile or something in there. Like
Right.
we're gonna throw our fingers in it or something. Like they do crazy stuff with the beer. So it comes out with way more different flavors. There's so many different breweries, and like each one is doing something crazy and doing something unique, and all the beers are fantastic. And so, I mean, I would say Belgium because I've gone. I mean, most of the monasteries that make the beers like Orval and Chimay and West Smalley and West Flettering, they're all
Mhm.
like in that area. So, and
Right.
I went to a couple of those spots too, and they always make the best beer. So,
Huh. All right.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right. Any more questions, y'all?
Nah, I haven't.
Y'all in
All right.
Delaware,
Well,
right? My family
yeah,
lives
we're
in
in Dallas.
Delaware. They live in Bear.
Oh,
Nobody ever says that.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah, no, yeah. My grandma, and my granddad, and my uncle, they all live in Delaware. They all live there. Rest in peace.
Okay.
But my uncle's still up there. My dad's side of the family, they all from Philly. So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
so
so
I know
yeah, so
Delaware pretty well.
yo,
Unfortunately,
you the
I ain't gonna
first.
lie. Ain't nothing
What
there.
do you mean?
Ain't nothing there.
Hold on. Yo, wait a
now,
minute. Back
this
it up.
episode just got
No,
canceled.
It's
it's funny though.
canceled. Boom.
No. What's funny about
Yo.
Delaware though? It's so funny because like, so my dad's side of the family, they from the north, from in Delaware and stuff like that, and then my mom's side of the family, they from like Florida and like country part of Florida, and I'm from Atlanta, and so whenever I go to Florida, they always like, oh, this city boy coming. Because he's from Atlanta. And then whenever I go up to Delaware, they're like, oh, this country boy coming because I'm from the
Country, yeah.
South. And it's like, man, I don't know who I am, man. Am I country? Am I city? Like, what is it? But
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I've been to some really rural places in Florida. It was like
In
I think
Florida.
like Belgrade or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
It's
this
backwoods.
place.
Yeah.
I
Some places
was
you
like,
don't
get
stop.
me out.
Yeah, you don't stop.
Right.
You keep it moving. You see them gators and like white men coming out in them overalls, camouflage overalls. No, you don't stop. You keep it moving, man.
Camouflage overall.
This was
Yo, that's be so crazy when I see that though. Like you automatically assume, oh, they're hunting black.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah, I'm not lying. Yeah, I don't stop. No, I'm from the South. I don't
ahead.
stop. But now Delaware's
yeah.
cool, man. Delaware's good, and it's a cool place.
Yeah, nice way to clean that
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it's good. It's
And this
real
shit was
cool.
about to. It was gonna have. This was. We was gonna post this and have you start off talking, and then cancel sign was gonna come up, and no show.
No, it's fun. I always have
um,
a good time up there.
all right, yo, any more questions? No, you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Well, we want to thank again Robert Young III for coming on the podcast.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I had a blast.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey,
Man.
man.
Before we go, we always like to know how people can find you on the World Wide Webs, Instagrams, how they can follow you, your journey, like how can they know all about Tap 33?
Yeah, man. Definitely Instagram is probably the best way to reach out to me. Facebook too, at Tap33. And then go to our website and you can drop me a question or send me an email from there and I'll respond. So either way, all the ways.
Right.
So
All right. And yo?
You can find me on IG at IM302YODA. And you can also find Lou Belgium on them Instagrams at Lou Belgium.
You can find Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bruising Banter Podcast. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can even say, Alexa, play Bruising Banter Podcast because we are on Amazon Music. You can also go to www.bruisingbanter.com if you want to get merch like this. The Venus flytrap, there it is on sale. All right,
that's horrible. And if you're gonna buy that shirt, then you know the reason that you buying that shirt, and you are a pervert.
This is day one T-shirt for folks who day one listeners. They know.
Yeah, day one pervs.
Whatever. Survival.
That's good.
If you want to follow me, Rob Stay Bruising, there it is. Bing, bing on IG. There you go. Once again, we want to thank Robert Young III of Tap 33. This has been episode 257 of Bruising Banter Podcast. Until next time.
Till next time, people.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
Peace. What they say? What Lou say? Have a good week, everybody. Oh, we rocking out.